Hi again, folks. Mark here. What I have today is a 56-inch Hampton Bay industrial fan. Get a good look there. Now these are approximately 15 years old. I ended up acquiring 4 of them, and took my watch off, so I was while I was working here. So I'll tell you the time is 8:52 on Tuesday, May 17th, 2016. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this. I have 4 of them, but I'm not going to unbox all 4. Just like to test out one if I can. Owner's manual, and it is actually made by Shell. There's the SMC logo on here, and this one appears to be in Spanish. Mounting bracket, SMC Marketing Corp. Okay, Grand Prairie, Texas. That's all. Yeah, all the stuff's in Spanish. Kind of interesting. So it's a smallish down rod. Screws, wire nuts. Oh, it has the actually has the switch. That's kind of cool. That's a very speed solid state control. Man, I actually have to keep this for myself. And more wire nuts inside the control box. Now in here we have the motor. It's an upper canopy. Lower canopy. And the motor. Okay, so it's manufactured in April of 2000 by SMC in China. No surprises there. Here's what the inside of the motor holding styrofoam looks like. Place that there for the time being, and we have the box of blades, which is very important, because without these the fan wouldn't be a fan. Staples, lots and lots of staples. Okay, prop it up on the side here. Got 3 curved tip blades. Interesting, has sort of a W-shaped bracket, or in this case it's an M-shaped bracket. I could tell people I had a monogram for myself. There we go. Risk of injury to persons, or people I guess. Do not mount with blades less than 10 feet from floor. Huh. Good idea. Although I'm actually not going to follow that rule because the fan cave here is probably about maybe 6 feet where I have my 2x4s. So let's get going, shall we? As you can see, I have the it's got the bolt going through the motor, little capacitor there. So I'm going to take off this cotter pin. Undo the nut. And let's remove the bolt. Okay, try to remove the bolt. Here we go. First time I've seen that. It actually screws to the opposing piece. It doesn't just slide through. It's actually the half of this bracket is actually threaded, which is an interesting change of pace, I may say. Now it only comes the little itty bitty down rod, which is perfect as far as I'm concerned, because yeah, if it's too long, it's not gonna work out very well here at the fan cave, since I don't have much room to mess around with. Okay, there's no way to separate the ball and socket, which is fine. I'll just run the wires through it. A little annoying, but I've seen worse. Okay, you got the black. The white one's stuck. The cotter pin's for. The words are red green. Any tool can be the right tool. There we go. And green. Yay! Oops. Probably should put the canopies on. Oh well. Not used to having this top socket not come off, so alright. That's alright. Time is not pressing upon me today. I've already worked my shift. I'm just enjoying the remainder of the day before I go to sleep. Away from home at my my little fan cave here. Okay, back this screw out. the bolt back through. Now, if I were going to install this professionally, or even install it at all, I would have put the nut and the cutter key on. However, I am installing this for myself, just for this video, for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to take it down. So, not too concerned about, and since it's threaded, I didn't bother, had it not been threaded, that would be a different kettle of fish. Now, mounting bracket. Here's my rusty trusty electrical box here. And a magnetic screwdriver. Oh yeah, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, wise guy. Now, lock washers are another thing where if I were going to install this at all in any kind of setting, residential or commercial, I would use the lock washers to keep the blades from unscrewing themselves. Now, like I said, I'm going to be literally having this on for maybe as many as 7 minutes, probably closer to 5 minutes if that. So I'm not too concerned. I'm just going to get these suckers on there so I can do the video. Take a couple shortcuts here and there for myself, but something I'd never, would not recommend. Shortcuts are bad when installing fans, that are there for the long term. One of these days I might actually rig this up with the solid state control, but for now I'm just going to use my power strip and my bastardized electrical cord because it works. Alrighty then. Wow, it's kind of a flimsy little down rod. Oof. Alrighty. Beautiful. The old head chopper. Hey folks, Mark here again. About to try it out. This SMC Hampton Bay fan. Ready, set, and go. Oh yeah, that's moving some serious air. Woo, look at it go. Oh, that could be bad. You stay. Yes, it is moving very fast. Yeah, I tend to prefer industrial fans to residential fans, and this style I really like. You know, the three curved tip blades. You know, I actually prefer a bell canopy to the ball and socket canopy, but what are you gonna do, right? You know, that was right around the time they started coming out with ball and socket canopies as, you know, regular, you know, what they'd use. So yeah, you know, they became commonplace back in the, actually probably back in the, you know, for residential fans back in the, you know, early 90s. Now it's maybe late 80s. So this fan, manufactured in 2000, you know, it was right around the time they started doing them for industrial fans, you know, the Newtone Pro lines and stuff of that nature. So yeah, I figured you guys like to see it wind down. It was yeah, it was moving quite a bit of air. I mean, you know, you guys couldn't see it because it's, you know, out of the range of the camera, but it was, you know, I have a lot of stuff on my table here, and it was blowing stuff all over the place. It was, you know, little bits of plastic and, you know, the fan came wrapped in, and paper, and it was blowing stuff all over the place, you know, like a big, you know, whirlwind. So, yeah, that's about it. It's a kind of a long spin down, but you know, it's a brand new fan, so it doesn't surprise me. Nothing really gunking it up yet. There we go. Need a sip of water. Yeah, when I worked for Freightliner, I used to have to, you know, ship trucks back in. Ooh, all right. So spin down, aborted by my head. But anyway, yeah, I used to deliver the new trucks and used trucks back and forth from the, you know, from the two dealerships the company owned. One was in Boston on the waterfront, and one was in Southern Mass. And the one in Southern Mass in Brockton had two of these ceiling fans, you know, these SMC Industrials, you know, labeled Hampton Bay, as well as some pretty cool blenders in the back. And the other place had, you know, it was an old car dealership, so it had a peaked roof, you know, a vaulted ceiling, you know, it was all glass, you know, and it was kind of cool because it was a second level. And you walk up to the second level and see, you know, be right at eye level of the ceiling fans and see, you know, the curvature of the blades, you know, and that was always really cool. You know, I'd go up there sometimes when I was waiting for a truck to be prepped, and you know, I just sit there and I'd watch the ceiling fans. I still to this day don't know where the speed control was, but sometimes they'd be on, sometimes they'd be off, and you know, I always got a kick out of the going up there and just seeing the two fans at the peak of the roof. And out back there were 4-blade 52-inch blender fans with fiberglass blades. And I told him many times, you know, I was like, if you guys get rid of those, I'll buy them in a heartbeat. And they just kind of scoffed at it, you know, like it didn't, like, what the hell do you want these fans for? They're old, you know, just old beat up shop fans. But I liked them, you know, and they're blender fans. But yeah, it had these out in the front, yeah, that's about it. There you have it, folks. 56-inch Hampton Bay SMC Industrial. Thank you for watching the video here at the fan cave. Stay tuned for more fan videos. Good night and good luck.